Hi guys, welcome back to the channel and welcome back to Broken Shores, the RPG of brutal survival. And this is gameplay 4. Can't count. There you go, 4. We are on an island. I am having trouble setting up camp. I've explored 2 hexes, the hex we landed and the hex that we have moved to. Both of them, we haven't set camp yet. So yeah, we're not having too much luck on the island, but we shall continue exploring. But before we do, please take a moment to like and subscribe. Would really appreciate that, guys. Ring the bell to be notified about my uploads. And we do have one thing more to do. I did mention in the last video that I was going to be doing my skill improvements or possible skill improvements. Now, I haven't been that lucky, to be honest, in terms of rolling these things. I've been succeeding in a few, failing and fumbling in a lot more, I can tell you, but none of them have been below my stats. So I don't have any potential increases in stats, but we do have 3 skills that may get improvements. So we're going to quickly do that first before we do any more. And the way that we do that is to come back to here, page 20, where it says improving your character. So the way that we do this is we have the roll percentage. If the result is higher, we can increase it by 1%. So I need 56 or higher for crafting. Of course it isn't. Stealth, I need a 76 or higher. Of course it isn't. And survival, I need a 56 or higher. Yay! Our survival increases by 1%. So now we have a 56% in survival. Right. Let us continue. Now, in the last episode, the last piece of gameplay, like I say, we didn't have a lot of luck. We failed to set camp twice, and when you fail to set camp, you can't do it in the same hex again. So I've now got to move to another hex to try and set camp again. 3rd time lucky, maybe? We did find some cannibals in this hex. We screwed up our setting camp so badly that we actually got the attention of a bunch of cannibals. Not good, because they were better at combat than me, outnumbered me 6 to 1, so I hid. However, we still haven't been able to demo the new combat rules, which is now available in the expansion. I'll put a link down below. The expansion is now available, and it has that new set of combat rules, which we haven't shown off just yet because, like I say, run away. Should have called him Sir Robin. But yeah, let us continue. We are now at day 6. Right, as if by magic, day 6 appeared. So, I'm calling this Island A because it's the first island that we have found. It's a big one, it's maximum size. So, this is different to the ocean tables. So we're rolling a 2d6. 2d6. Now, last time it was hot. Yesterday was hot. It was a hot day yesterday when we found those cannibals. Today is 9, overcast. Overcast is good. Right, now, there's no rain, so we don't get any extra water, but it is an even day, and I have to take rations on even days because I have frugal, it's every 2 days, so I've got to take another ration. Now I've got to keep a track on this because I do have some to start with, but they're slowly going down. So I've now got 6 rations left. Now I do have one, where did I put it? I put it up here. I do have 1 ration's worth of water, but I need food to go with it. I lost my fishing rod, so I do have to make another fishing rod at some point, but camp is more important. So with 1 shift, I need to move to another hex. Then in my 2nd shift, I need to make camp, and then 3rd shift, I need to sleep. So I'm not going to find any more supplies today, unless something happens. Because every time you move to a new hex, you've got to roll to see if anything happens or what you find. Now, where am I going to go? My raft is still here at hex 1. So I don't really want my camp to be too far away from my raft. So I could probably go here or here. Don't really want to go there. Let's see. 1 to 3, 4 to 6. Let's let the dice decide where we're going. We're going right. Right, so I'm going to be moving into this. This is going to be hex number 3. Let us see what type of hex it is, because we have to find out the terrain. Previous jungle. Hexes 1 and 2 were both jungle. Right. So we roll. It is a 2. It is still jungle. Okay. So it's still jungle. We've also got to roll to see what we find, because we are exploring as we move to another hex. It's called exploring. So we've got to roll and find. Now, do I roll for encounter first? Yeah. So let's roll for the encounter first. A D10, a 5. No encounter. We have to get a 1 as an encounter. Right. So we don't get an encounter, which is good. But we do have to roll and see if we find anything in that hex there. So we're rolling percentage. We get 40. That was a 49. And it's the same as we found last time. We found wreckage. We found wreckage in hex 2. No? Yeah, hex 2. We found wreckage as well. So it's the same thing. I found wreckage. All right. So shift 1, we explore. We move to hex 3 and we rolled a 49, which is exactly the same as last time. Wreckage. And we gain D6 crafting supplies. Okay. 2. Woohoo! Okay, so we get 2 crafting supplies, which I am about to use because I'm going to try and set up camp. So we're going to try and set up camp in this hex. Are we going to be successful? I hope so. I really do hope so. Right, it is a survival check. I've got nobody helping me, so it's just a survival check. Right. And we're going to use those 2 crafting supplies I just found. So I've still got 5 left. Right. Are we successful? So my survival check is now 56. Come on. I need a camp. So we roll. We get a 4 and a 7. We succeed. 47. We succeed. And we have another chance of increasing it after the next session, which will be another, I don't know, maybe 4 or 5 days. I might do another one. Right. Okay. So we succeed. We have a camp. Excellent. So I'm going to write here. We've got a camp. Yes. So no extra problems because of that now. Excellent. Right, we have a camp now. So got a little campfire going. Right, I do have 1 more shift, and I need to sleep unless I want to get those fatigues. So I'm going to sleep for the final shift. And that is day 6 done. Moving on to day 7. So we're still on island A. Start in hex 3. No need for rations. What is the weather going to be like today? We're going to roll. Where are you? Here you are. 2d6. Yesterday was overcast. Today we've got a 9. Still overcast. Okay. Now, I don't know whether I'm going to be moving at the moment, so let's have a look and see. We've got 3 shifts. 1, 2, and 3. Again, the last one I'll probably sleep, but I need to get myself some crafting supplies because I need to start thinking about making that crafting station on my raft. I also need a new rod as well, so I'm going to scavenge for materials for the first. Scavenge for materials. Now we can get 2d6. All right, so we're scavenging in hex 3. God, 6. So we get 6 crafting supplies, which is good. So now I have 11. Right, now what else am I going to do? Now I've still got 6 rations, but I am starting to get through them, unfortunately. What else can we do? Because I've got one more shift before I have to sleep. I can forage or fish. Hunt or fish, a survival check means I'll find 2 rations, but no water. Forage. Survival or nature, success means 2 rations. Same thing. Okay, so I can actually find 2 rations, but I need the extra water. And I'm not at the same hex as my raft, so I can't use the solar still. I mean, I do have water there. I managed to find some from the rain, and there's still on the where is it? The solar still does produce 1 cup of water per day, so I'm pretty sure that I've got enough water to balance out any food I've got. So I mean, I could forage or hunt. Survival check gets me 2 rations. Like I said, I'm pretty sure I've got enough water. What else could I do? I could explore. I don't really need to go to another hex just yet. I want to start at the camp. So I'm going to... Should I scavenge again? Now let's do some foraging. So I'm going to forage and try and find some more rations. Like I say, I've probably got enough water to balance those 2 out as well, because it was raining and I've got the solar still. So, survival check. Survival is 56. Do I find some food? Oh, critical success. Again, what I'm saying is maximum. Okay, so maximum is, oh, it's always the same. So maybe I find some water as well. Maybe I find a little pool of water as well, so I don't have to worry about going back to the raft. Sounds good to me. I got an 05 critical success. Thank you very much. I've already got a check for that. However, with that, I can actually now test for intelligence as well. The rules say that at the end of every session, you can check for the skills and 1 of your attributes. So what I'll do is, if I manage to get a situation where I can increase something else, I might choose that over intelligence, but we will see. We will see. I'll mark it here so I don't forget. All right, and then sleep as per usual. And that is day 7 done. Wow, we're zooming through the days. Now we're at day 8. What's the weather going to be like today? Let's have a look. 2d6. 4. Clear. Still no rain. Okay. But we did get rations, didn't we? Yes. So I've now got 8 rations because, like I say, I rolled a crit. So I'm thinking that I found some fresh water as well. Right. So shift 1, 2, and 3. Now what am I going to do? We are going to scavenge for materials first. 2d6 crafting supplies. Right. We get, that's a bit better, 9. 9 crafting supplies, which brings me up to 20. Which is rather good, because now I can actually build the crafting station on the raft, but I'm going to have to go back there to do it, which I can actually do. So I could move back to here, check for an encounter, build the crafting station on my raft, and that'll be the end of the day, and then I can sleep again on my raft. That sounds like a plan. Not much exploring being done, but that sounds like a plan. So we are going to move to hex 1, check in for an encounter, because I think that's done every single time. I don't think it's just once per hex. So we're rolling d10. We get a 9 again. Excellent, no encounters. And at hex 1, we're going to make the... We're going to craft the, whatchamacallit, the thingamy-bob. The crafting station on the boat. Now, I'm thinking that will probably take a shift to do, because normally when you're at sea, where's the actions you can take? Craft is an action. So I'm going back to hex 1. I'm then going to sleep. And then day 9, I'm actually going to craft the crafting station. So we're still on island A. We're now in hex. So even though my nice camp is here in hex 3, I am actually back at hex 1, where we have the raft, which is floating around. And I am going to craft. Let me check the weather. 2d6 weather. We get an 8. Overcast. Not really causing me any issues at the moment, the weather, but let's have a look. Okay, so shift 1, I'm going to craft. I'm going to craft the crafting station. And that costs 20 crafting supplies. So they are all gone. But now I have the crafting station. Yay! Oh, I've got some damage I need to repair. I forgot about that. Repairing damage. Let's have a look. What does it say? Repairing damage. Right. A week's worth of time. Wow. Then you've got to make a crafting check. Failure indicates another week is necessary. So I could just basically stay here for a week. But I'm going to need 1 crafting supply per hull point. And can I do anything else? A week's worth of time. So how many shifts is that then? Is it like every shift for 1 week for 7 days? That ain't good. Maybe 1 shift per day for a week. I think that makes more sense, doesn't it? Well, I'm going to need crafting supplies. So for shift 2, I'm going to scavenge again for materials. How many do we find? 5. That's not going to be enough, is it? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, I'm going to have to keep scavenging and repairing, or should I just explore a little bit more? I mean, at the moment, my raft is at 14. What does that mean in terms of potential damage? Well, where's the weather? If I roll a strong wind, a gale or a hurricane, I'm going to take damage. A calm breeze or moderate wind, I'm still okay. But I think I can only travel 1 more hex before I take another one damage, isn't it? Because of the number of hexes I've moved. This is very time intensive. And there's also rations I've got to think about. So yeah, I'm thinking that the repairs will be a shift a day for 1 week. And then I make the crafting roll. So I've essentially got 1 more shift per day that I can do stuff like foraging, scavenging. So there won't be any exploring. So what I'm going to do is, I'm going to do that. I'm going to need more scavenging for materials. So what I'm going to do is, just quickly off camera, is I'm going to allocate those days. So it'll be 7 days. I will do scavenging and foraging for food and stuff. And then I'll come back after those 7 days and we'll make the crafting roll. Sound good? Sounds good. Okay, I'll be back in a week. Right, the third week, I finally succeeded. I actually rolled 49, so yes. So we now have, if I've added the stuff I've scavenged, the crafting supplies, taken away what I need, I've now got a total of 11 crafting supplies left. My ship, my raft, has no more damage. It's only taken 3 weeks of trying to repair the bloomin' thing. Oh, dearie, dearie, dearie. Where's my pencil? There's my pencil. So, fully repaired raft at last after 3 weeks. What else? I do have, again, because I've been foraging and everything else in the meantime, I do have 14 rations, but 6 of them don't have any water because my ability to find water is limited by the raft, the still on the raft. So what I've been doing is that when I've been eating rations, as you see, I have been taking a certain number of rations every week. I've also been using the water from the raft. And since I have frugal, I only need to take every 2 days. Right, after 3 weeks at Hex 1 trying to repair my boat, which should have only taken 1 week, but because of my terrible crafting skills, took 3 weeks instead, cost me 18 crafting supplies instead of 6. Yeah, we're back. Right, so now it's now day 31. Luckily, I don't have to roll for encounters for every day unless I move, so staying in the same hex kind of allowed me to just get on with me work and fluff it up loads of times. Right, day 31, we're starting in Hex 1. We're starting alongside our raft. What is the weather? The weather is 2d6. I haven't been doing the weather every day. We get 11, so we've got rain. I can grab some water. So yeah, I haven't really been doing the weather every day, but I have been rolling for the different skills. Foraging, scavenging, crafting, etc. Rations aren't a problem at the moment. However, I want to get exploring. I want to find out what's on the island. I've only explored 3 hexes so far. I have made camp in Hex 3, but Hex 1 does have the raft, so I can sleep there, as we do on the ocean. But I want to keep exploring. I want to come down here, I think. That way I can zoom up to the camp if I need to. So, for shift 1, we are going to explore. And we are going to move to Hex 4. Should put Hex, shouldn't I? Hang on. Put Hex 4 so there's no confusion. Hex 4. So we are going to travel down to here, to Hex 4, maybe using the raft? I don't know, we'll have to see. What kind of terrain is it? All the hexes have been jungle so far. Let's see if Hex 4 is any different. So jungle, we're rolling a d20. We get a 4, it's still jungle, my goodness. So it's still jungle. Now, do I get an encounter? Oops, roll d10. Nope. We've been quite lucky with the encounters, except for those cannibals. So no encounter. But what do we find? What do we find in this hex? Dum, dum, dum. Percentage. Let's see what we find in Hex 4. Let's hope it's something interesting, shall we? 50. Same thing again. Wreckage again. Wreckage, D6 crafting supplies. Righty-ho. 4 crafting supplies. So we've now got 15. Good. That was our first shift. Now I can then move to here and sleep and not have to worry about survival. So I'll do that. But I have to roll for encounters every hex. I'm not rolling for findings because I've already rolled for the findings in that hex. You don't roll again once you go back to the same hex. But I think you do have to keep rolling for encounters. So what I'm going to do is I'm then going to move. How did I write it before? I'm going to move to hex 3. So I'm now here, back at my camp. Let's move the beach out of the way. I'm back at my camp, or the camp area. I may not actually be at the camp just yet, but I'm in the camp area. There we go. Is there an encounter? No. Okay. So we're back to hex 3. We're back at our camp and we can sleep. Right. Day 32. Weather is 2d6. What have we got? We've got a 2. It's hot. Hot today. Okay. Now, I mean, in terms of the islands, the weather, I don't think plays a big part. Maybe just in terms of setting the scene. Okay, so again, we've got 3 shifts. What are we going to do? Right. I'm okay for rations and I'm okay for crafting supplies. So I really want to kind of just keep exploring, I think. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to go over to here. I'm going to explore this hex, hex 5. What are we going to find there? What kind of hex is it? We're going from jungle and we move into... Number of 1s is unbelievable. Jungle again. What a surprise. So it's still the jungle. Is there an encounter? Okay. We have an encounter. Now, do I have to do the exploration first or the encounter first? I think we'll do the encounter first. Right. So we've got an encounter. Encounter. Right, hopefully it's not combat, but I mean, I need to show you guys the combat rules. So let's see what happens. So, island exploration encounters, D20. What do we get? We get a 13. A trader with their retinue searching the island for things to sell. I don't actually have, I mean, I've got coins, but I don't really want to buy anything, do I? Yeah, searching the island for things to sell. Now, I think I'd better check the NPC reaction because he may not be very friendly. He may actually attack me. So maybe I won't greet him. Maybe let's see how he is first because I may have to hide. And that's never a good thing. Where's the thing? Here we go. Right. So we see a trader with his retinue. Shall we hide and see? Let's try and hide first so that I can get a general impression of who they are. So my stealth is 75. Oh, actually, I already rolled for that. So my stealth is 75. I passed. This is just for me to observe. It's not really in terms of trying to hide. It's just observing before I make myself known. So let's have a look and see the initial reactions. Let's have a look. Creature combat actions. Yeah, that if the cannibals had seen me before, they'd have rolled on this. But initial reaction, it's a trader, so it's a +2. We get a 21. Helpful. Okay, so they're helpful, which gives a +5 to the reaction roll. Okay, so it's a D10 +5, 6. Uncertain, typical. I got a +5 and I still screwed it up with a 1. We get a 10. Friendly. Okay, sweet. So now that I know they're friendly, I'll just wave and say hi, bye. I don't need to buy anything. That's the thing. I've got nothing to sell. I've got nothing to buy. So, yeah, no need for any of that. Don't need to deal with any of that. But we did explore. We moved into hex 5. So now I want to find out what's in that hex. So we're going to be rolling our findings. What is in the hex? We get 37. Yay, something a bit different. You stumble upon a hidden cave, no more than a few feet deep. Inside you find some crates. Roll on the valuable loot table. And this is after the trader, isn't it? Okay, we find a cave. Right, again, I've printed out some of these, but the valuable loot is going to be found at the back here. Valuable loot. Oh, yes, valuable loot. Here we go. So valuable loot is a D20. Ooh, again, maybe I'll have to chase after the trader depending on what I find. Right, a D20. What do we find inside this small cave? Do we find a little sword called Sting? We get, oh, it was almost on the 20. It rolled off the 20. 14, which is a potion. I found a potion. Potion of what? Doesn't say. Okay. Where are the potions at? Potions, right. Hang on. Potion value is 500 credits. Late. And it's a potion of, I saw it just now, there we go, D10. Potion of 3. Mend. Heal D8 hit points at a rate of 1 hit point per round. Okay. All right, so we explored Hex 5. There is a small cave in there. So there is a cave. And that's it. That's all she wrote. Right. So what are we going to do next? I think I can go back to camp and sleep again. So move to Hex 3. Check for an encounter. Nope. Good. And sleep. Right. I think that'll probably do for this episode. I'm going to have to edit down those days of repairing the craft. I ain't going to put 30 days down, don't worry. Yeah, more wreckage. Wreckage, cave, beach and raft. Right, on to the next gameplay video. We're going to carry on exploring. I think next time we're going to go up to here. After a while, it's going to be a case where I'm going to have to start making survival checks as I can't get back to my camp in time. Or can I actually make more camps? We'll see. I'll check that out. Right, guys, thank you very much for watching. Please take a moment to like and subscribe, especially if you enjoy these videos. And I will see you in the next one. Which one would that be? This is gameplay. What one's this one? This is gameplay 4, I think. So the next one will be gameplay 5. I will see you then. Until then, take care. Stay safe. Cheers.